In a legislative session that left a lot undone, including a tax bill, a bonding bill, and supplemental investments in education, health and human services, and public safety, an omnibus agriculture bill with relief for drought-stricken farmers was one of the few successes. Joining me to talk about the new law is the Commissioner of the Department of Agriculture, Thom Petersen. Welcome.
Thanks. Great to be here.
First and foremost, the new law provides $13.1 million to farmers who were adversely impacted by the drought last summer. I believe that the application window for this relief will open soon, but who will benefit and what do they need to know?
Yeah, it's really hard to think when we've had such a wet spring that we had such a bad drought last year. The worst drought we've had in Minnesota since 1988. At one point in August, 80% of Minnesota was covered by a severe drought. And and just to see how that impacted, and I am really glad to see that the legislators and the administration came together and we were able to pass this relief because, I'm sorry that it took so long too for farmers, because we did lose farmers. That was just a lot. But the idea behind this was always behind grants, $8.1 million that will provide some relief to the farmers, maybe help them pay a bill or two. We've done this before with dairy farmers, and it does help. We also were able to backfill $2.5 million into our loan programs at the department. It's a 0% interest, and it's really focused on livestock and specialty crop producers or farmers. So people that sell at farmers markets, people that raise cattle, crop farmers, so your corn, soybean, wheat, they have crop insurance, which again doesn't make people whole, but it's a better product than these farmers have. And so to have this, again, help people pay a bill or two, we have tremendous interest, and it will open up soon in the middle of the month, and hopefully it will help.
And we'll put up a link to information on that. The law also includes investments in broadband to expand access to unserved and underserved areas of Minnesota. What does this mean for farmers, and how does broadband access improve the agriculture industry?
Well, I always say, Shannon, at my farm, I have 5 different ways to get on the internet, and so whether that's hotspots or satellite or other service, it's just really frustrating depending on where you live in rural Minnesota. And so I know firsthand. And so to have that for farmers, whether it's GPS and different computer systems on tractors and modern machinery, to our smaller farmers that sell direct market, our e-commerce program at the Department of Agriculture that helps those farmers build websites and everything else is incredibly important. So having that irrigators run on irrigation systems can run by iPad or your phone, and so all these things are very dependent, so it's great to see that investment too as well.
I would guess that saves water too, to have it sort of mechanized with the farmer able to interact in real time.
Yeah, it's amazing, the technology, even the companies that we have in Minnesota. We have a company called Earth Scout here that also helps test soil moisture and sends all the data right to your phone. And so you can save also fertilizer, pesticides, things like that. You're able to really check. So having that investment is going to be helpful.
Well, and speaking of soil, next year $500,000 will be available for soil health financial assistance. I know that Minnesota is known for its very rich soil, but I also know that a lot of it ends up in the Mississippi Delta. What's the goal? How is this going to work?
Yeah, and so we're really excited to have this. We wanted to, we're hoping for a lot more money, but we got our kind of foot in the door. We'll kind of be a pilot to really help jumpstart and boost some of our soil health initiatives. This was supported by just about every agricultural organization. As you said, soil is incredibly important. You need it, you want to protect it, and there's so much going on that farmers are doing. And really will help support getting more and more farmers into cover crops, reduce tillage, subscriptions, things that they use that help them encourage to bring along some of those practices that will have multiple benefits, whether it's water quality, climate related. You mentioned holding the soil here, and so we're really excited about that initiative as well.
There's also $500,000 next year, $1.5 million in the next biennium to provide grants to assist people with down payments. I know that the average age of farmers is quite high. I also know that the cost of getting into farming is very daunting. So is this to help that next generation of farmers, and who might they be?
I think it's really interesting, and it's, as you said, the average age of a farmer in Minnesota is almost 58 years old. You know, and I've seen statistics where 50% of the farmland in Minnesota is going to turn over in the next 20 years. That's just with the baby boomer generations and everything else. And so, farmland can be very expensive. We have a lot of different, we have an initiative at the department called our Emerging Farmers Program, where we're seeing whether it's Somali, Hmong, our Native American, a lot of different populations getting into farming. And so that down payment can sometimes be a burden. That's one of the top things that we've heard, that access to land, getting that down payment is hard. I know as somebody who's bought a couple of farms that is, you know, one of the things that's very difficult. So this will be a pilot program that we can start and get going.
The mental health of farmers has been an ongoing concern. We've talked about it before. This new law provides additional funding, $22,000 next year and $44,000 in the next biennium. With the increased awareness and additional funding to help farmers and those in the agriculture industry with their mental health, are we turning a tide here?
You know, I hope so. You know, the one thing I'll say we're turning a tide is that we're able to talk about it more, and I think that's really good. But I think the challenges that we've had, you know, if you look at 2019, we had the wettest year on record for farmers. 2020, we had COVID, which really impacted farmers a lot. 2021, we had a drought. 2022, we've had the wettest spring on record. We've had just terrible storms, high path avian influenza. One farmer I talked to last week, he had experienced all three of those. And you think about the mental health and stress, and it's frustrating not to be able to get your crop in the ground when prices are as good as they are. And so we're glad to have the resources and the support the legislature's given us. This money supports our counselors that we have that are free to farmers. We also have farm advocates that are free to farmers. So, but unfortunately, you know, we do continue to struggle and have people, but we're glad that we have the resources, and we always want people to reach out and ask for help if they need it.
Minnesota's legislature is divided, and as I said in the introduction, the agriculture bill was one of the few to finish. Is there, what in your view, why is agriculture one of the winners? What are the areas of agreement between the Republicans and the DFLers on agriculture? You
know, I think it's really just, you know, getting out and working. It's one of the great spaces to work in at the Capitol. We have a lot of fun in the committees. I think we have interesting discussions. We work really hard, I think, to not try to make it as personal as we can. You know, the story that we were about 7 o'clock the night before, I really wanted to get this done, and Senator Westrom called me, and he wanted to have pizza with me and Chair Sundin, and we got together and we hammered the bill out that night, you know, and so that really helps, is having that camaraderie, or really working together and trying to focus support from all the agricultural groups, whether it's a larger or smaller organization, really helps. And you know, and hopefully we can continue that, because it is hard. You know, a lot of people think that they look and say, oh, Democrats are over here, Republicans are over here, and we don't get along, but there's many cases where we're able to push things forward.
Commissioner Thom Petersen, always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.